Hey, what's up everybody? Well, still Tuesday, July 30th is my second video for today, but I wanted to make this video because a short time ago the API oil inventories came out and we had another drawdown, larger than expected, a 6 million barrel drawdown in crude. That was the 7th consecutive weekly drawdown, and we're down about over 41 million barrels in that 7 weeks. Very significant amount of draw over this last 7-week period. Now, as you know, if you've been following me, two things. First of all, I have remained bullish on oil this entire time. And last week, after the EIA weekly petroleum status report that came out last Wednesday, as it does every Wednesday, there was an 11 million barrel draw and the market sold off. And I made the video and I said, that is pure zombie, bad behavior. I said they all bought when they saw that headline, 11 million draw, and then when it didn't follow through immediately, just like that, remember I talked about that, they need that an instant gratification, and it didn't follow through. They all panicked and started trampling all over each other, heading for the exits, and they sold the market down to 54 bucks. It might have even traded briefly on the 54 handle. And I said that day, you have to buy that dip. This is classic self-defeating zombie behavior. As a matter of fact, I spoke on that video about there's an element of this trading which really is gamesmanship. You have to know what your opponent is doing. This is a zero-sum game. Somebody wins, somebody loses. In order to win consistently, you have to take advantage of the bad moves of the other side, your opponents. And believe me, there are plenty of bad moves. I would venture to guess that most of you are on the other side. You don't know how to be contrarians. It is comfortable for you to do what everybody else is doing. So when you see them panicking and selling, they bought the 11 million draw, and it didn't just happen just like that, that the market kept going up, that oil prices kept going up, and then what happened? They puked it all out. They trampled and stampeded on top of each other to sell. They drove the market down, I think, to the 54 handle. And what was I doing? What were my people doing? We were buying. We had our bushel basket out and we were loading up on that sell-off. It's gamesmanship. Gamesmanship. You have to understand the psychology of the other side, which for me, that's very, very easy. They do everything wrong. They have the wrong understanding. They have zero mental game, which means zero patience. They want instant gratification all the time. They take losses all the time because it's been drilled into their brains that that is the prudent thing to do. It's some kind of self-defeating asceticism that they believe is trading wisdom, is some kind of behavior that will lead to success, when in fact all it is the transfer of money from them to me or to my subscribers. So, and I came out and I said, I give a lot of freebies on these videos, you have to admit. Now you can choose to educate yourself and elevate yourself, and go to my website at pitbulleconomics.com and sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader. Or, by the way, these oil calls I give out to my zombie trading subscribers because we trade the Forex market on oil moves. We trade Canadian dollar on oil moves, okay? We trade the Norwegian crown on oil moves and on natural gas moves. I mean, Forex is really, you can use that as a proxy for any kind of a macro setup or a macro trend that you want to do. If you want to do oil, you have the Canadian dollar, you have the Japanese yen against the Canadian dollar. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can create a proxy for the oil market using the Forex, and we do that. So if you want to go zombie trading, I have that. Just go to pitbulleconomics.com. Sign up for zombie trading every Wednesday, and as soon as that API comes out, I mean every Tuesday afternoon, boom, I'm sending out to my subscribers buy Canadian dollar or sell Canadian dollar for short-term gains. But the point is, like, you see the behavior is very, very obvious, and it is very, very self-defeating. And maybe some people recognize this, but they will have a hard time changing. The behavior is a very, very difficult thing to change. For most people, they cannot change it. I have had people with me for long periods of time that I thought were on the cusp of changing their behavior, and then what happens at the end? They quit, they throw in the towel, they give up, they become resigned, and they don't really want to, and they rationalize it, and they don't want to really accept the truth. And the truth is that the problem lies with themselves. It's always something else, like, oh, Mike, something came up, I'm going to focus on my business, or I'm in a little bit of a financial difficulty right now. You can't pull back. My motto, my credo, my philosophy is never retreat. Never retreat. The only time I'm going to retreat is if I'm dead, or if I have some severe debilitating illness that causes me to stop. I never retreat. Forge ahead all the time. When they say, oh, this came up, I got to focus on my business. What that is really resignation. It's resignation. They can't do it. And rather than saying, I can't do it because I cannot mentally push beyond what I feel are my limits. I don't have that mental toughness. I don't have that mental strength. I don't want to push beyond that. Even if it's 1 inch. What is progress? You set that thing just a little bit further each time, every time when you want to give up. Think about working out at the gym. If you're lifting weights and you think you've hit your maximum, you could always put on a little bit more. It doesn't have to be 50 pounds more or 20 pounds more. It could be 2.5. So that's it. It's very easy. A large part of this is about gamesmanship, particularly in these short-term type of deals that we do, these short-term trades, which on these API numbers and on the EIA report numbers, we're looking at trades over the course of a day, a couple of days, maybe a week. Now, in my macro view, I'm long oil for various reasons, all right? And I get into that every week with the MMT Trader Report. But if you want this kind of, trading activity, and I think a lot of you are in this for the action, right? I've spoken about this a million times. You think the motivation is money, but it's really action. Well, guess what? I give you action plus I give you money. You can't beat that. So go to my website, pitbulleconomics.com, sign up for a 30-day free trial of MMT Trader or Zombie Trading. They're only going to go up in price, subscription price. So do it now. Bye.